Well, good morning to you from a magnificent morning here in Perth. I want to bring you lesson number 5. Now, lesson number 5 is your friends. I came and I stayed with great friends of mine last night, and they live here in middle-income Australia. You can see they've got a nice house here in Fremantle in Perth. When you come and talk to your friends, the friends are a fantastic source of information. I asked them last night what they thought about the market, whether they thought there was going to be this impending bust that banks like Investec have been speaking about, a bubble. And it's very interesting. Most people are very knowledgeable, particularly in first world countries, on where the state of the market is. And they went on to say that, you know, there's fundamentals here. You've got the supply and demand. They spoke about the resources boom and what is actually happening in Perth and how the market has been very flat for about 3 years, but there's a number of huge projects coming into Perth. Now, these are fascinating elements, and they're all the elements that I, as a property marketeer and property expert and someone who really looks at this knowledge on a daily basis, these are the type of facts and figures I keep up to date with. But I was fascinated that they too knew it. But what one also needs to be very careful of, so it's very good, you can get a great sentiment of what's happening in the market, but one also needs to be very careful of taking all the information, synthesizing it so that you can make educated decisions. Because when I mention some of the areas that are growth prospects, where the market research is saying that there's infrastructure, population growth, that you're dealing with middle income Australia, where you're going to get the best capital growth and the best rental yields, they weren't very impressed with some of the areas. Because at the end of the day, remember, with residential property, there's a lot of emotion involved. So one needs to take it all into account. I'm going to go today and go and visit those areas. But it is interesting how people's sentiment was immediately, no, those aren't the great areas, I wouldn't want to live there. But at the end of the day, it's not about whether you want to live there. It's about whether your dollars want to live there. It's about whether your rands and cents want to live there. It's about whether your foreign currency is going to get you the best return in those markets. So always be careful. This lesson pretty much is all about listen to your friends, take into account what they've got to say, but also remember they've got their own understandings, their own prejudices as to where they prefer to live. And at the end of the day, your dollars don't care. They just want to get the highest growth, and ultimately you get the best return on your investment. Thank you.